To you, my trusted friend.
A new day is dawning. New ideas, new rules, new management.
The John Wick movies are seen as Keanu Reeves' big comeback. He was one of the biggest stars of the 1990s and early 2000s, but then there was about a decade of movies that just didn't connect with cinema goers. Well, until 2014's John Wick, that is. The action spectacle was a massive hit, spawning multiple sequels. One of the reasons they work so well are the endless stunts and fight scenes. They were brought to life with the help of stunt coordinator Scott Rogers.
John Wick fights are known for Keanu doing most of it and for being long takes and big wide lenses, and it has a very specific style. And I wanted to honor that style. I didn't want it to become this cutty, edity, shaky cam, something suddenly different. I wanted to really live in that John Wick world. And to do that, you had to have Keanu Reeves doing the stuff.
3, 2, 1, go!
Being the stunt coordinator on a John Wick movie is, of course, no easy task. According to Scott, the hardest part is
to figure out how to stitch it all together and, to do marry the choreography with the camera move and the timing and the fire and the dog and, at one point we get, as you see, as we all see in the movie, there's a guy on fire that ends with a shot with a dog and he gets a shot and then it's just, you're just like, wow. When at the end of that take, I was like, wow, there's a lot happening in that thing.
You'll have your freedom.
Under the old laws, only one can survive. Failure to meet at sunrise will result in execution.
Last words, Winston?
Just have fun out there.
Scott Rogers joined the John Wick crew for Part 3 and was asked back for number 4 as well. He remembers vividly that second title had the most complicated scene to coordinate. Director Chad Stahelski, a former stuntman himself, had to convince Scott that it was even possible.
We had to create a sequence where we tore all the doors off and lost the windshield, and it couldn't just get in a car with no doors and no windshield, so we created a sequence to tell that story. And I was like, yeah, they're gonna shoot at him and I want him to drop down below the, the firewall and behind the dashboard and drive and slide the car, kind of pitch it, slide it sideways and maybe hit some guys with a car. And he goes, oh, it'd be cool if he reached down and picked up the gun. And I was like, can we do that? And so, him and I worked it out with him doing it first. We had to give, a way to see where the gun was, and one wheel had to go over the gun, and we put it all together and figured out that it was possible. And then we told Keanu, hey, we're gonna do this thing, and then you're gonna pick up a gun. And he was kind of like, what?
Yep, only in the John Wick universe. Curious what the scene in question looks like? Then check out John Wick Chapter 4.
Or buried.
I'm going to need a gun.
Goodbye, my friend. It's hard to die.